Hi everyone, my name is Tiffany. Welcome back, or welcome if you've never been here before. Today we're going to talk about all of the books that I want to read for the month of October. It's finally spooky season and I'm so excited because I just feel like I'm thriving at this time of year. Oh, there's so many books I cannot wait to read. I always like to start with my book club reads though. Then we'll get into new releases and the books that I have been saving for this month, and probably wrap it up with my bookish advent calendar picks because I forgot to do that last month. And I will also have an entirely separate TBR video dedicated to novellas alone because that list got completely out of hand. Okay, so I'm gonna list all of the book clubs and hosts below just in case you want to join us and you aren't already, and I'll be referring to my list here. First up, for the Rake Appreciation Society, we are reading The Lotus Palace by Jeannie. I'm really excited about this because when I looked it up, it seems as though our heroine was sold into a brothel, and at said brothel, the most popular courtesan buys out her contract and offers her a job as her handmaid, which she takes on gleefully. And she also has a huge birthmark on her face, which makes her feel safe within this environment, but she does catch an interesting suitor. And I also saw that there's a bit of like a murder mystery plot. So this seems intriguing and I cannot wait to get to it. I had no idea that all that was going on, so I can't wait to see how it pans out. Next, for the cover to cover book club, the October pick is Sanctum by Hannah McBride. This is a shifter romance. Okay, she is on the run and she seeks sanctuary with a new pack where the alpha isn't at all happy about it because of, you know, the trouble that she could be bringing. So I'm always down for a reluctant freaking romance, and it's fitting for the month of October, so I'm excited about that one too. I'm also going to be joining Smut Club. They rescheduled September's live show to October 3rd, I believe. I did not get to that book, unfortunately. I was in a very moody kind of vibe last month, so I will definitely be getting to this one because it is In Peace Lies Havoc by Amo Jones, and this seemed like the heroine in this one too is being hunted almost as if it's a captive, okay, with a secret society, twisted mind games. I'm here for it, okay? It's on brand. Next, let's get into my new releases. Ooh, I'm excited about this one. Charming Your Dad by Sarah Blue. I saw Books with Samantha talking about this. This is about a heroine that's a witch, and in order to get back at her cheating ex, she decides to bewitch his father. And yet there's something mysterious going on with him. I gleaned those reviews and people are saying that there is praise up in here, that it's kinky, and there's a reveal on what his father actually is. So I'm excited about it. It dropped on September 30th, so it'll probably be one of the first that I pick up, maybe in a vlog. Next, I'm going to be reading Ghost by Kate Blackthorne. This is a dark paranormal romance, and it has witches and vampires, ghouls, and even pirates. It's set on Halloween, and it is why choose, but what really caught my eye about it was the fact that there are going to be specific pairings by the end of it. It doesn't end on a cliffhanger, and so I have an affinity for polyamorous romances. That makes me feel like there's going to be coupling outside of the heroine being at the center, and I think it's just going to be a spicy, ghoulish Halloween time. So I'm very intrigued. I don't know how I found this. Sometimes I'm just, you know, swiping on Kindle or they recommend things, but I'm very excited about it and it comes out today. It's kind of thick though. She's a bit of a tome, but I'm here for it. Next, I want to read Death Bloom by Lily Main. Okay, this is going to be the third in the Monsters in Mayhem series. They are all MM retellings. Some have already released, so there's going to be 11 in total where multiple authors are going to be writing within it. And if I'm being honest, I'm going to be reading all of them, but This one is a Bluebird retelling, which I'm not familiar with the story, but I'm very familiar with Lily Maid and how she writes monster romances. And so it was an auto click for me. I'm also interested in the Picture of Dorian Gray retelling that's going to be in this. I am an Oscar Wilde stan. Let me get the freaking title. Oh my God. Beautiful Adam. Of course, this will also be MM. And like I said, I'm kind of obsessed with Oscar Wilde. I remember when I was a teenager and I was in Paris and we went to Père Lachaise. And there is Jim Morrison and Oscar Wilde. And of course I went to go visit Jim. All of my friends went there first, but I had to go see him. So I'm very much intrigued by this. And lastly, the MMM Phantom and the Opera retelling, but we're gonna have to wait till the 24th. But this series is definitely on my radar, and really only because Lily Main is writing within it, so I am excited about it. I think also there is a Christmas Carol retelling coming out at the top of November, so I'm here for it. You will be seeing me read them all. Next, Terrene by Amara Rae. This is going to be, I believe, the 5th in the Immortal Coven series? Yes. The blurb isn't fully out for this yet, but I'm obsessed with what she's doing within this world. And I know that this is going to be about an earth witch and a cinnamon roll of a demon kind of hero. They're always all possessive. They're always strong heroines. And I cannot wait because we're getting to the peak of a lot of the political, situation up in here. It just keeps getting better and better. If you haven't picked her up, I think this is the best month to do it. I love her. Hydrus, the second book, is really where it picks up. Next, I'm excited to read Heartless by Elsie Silver. You have not seen my September wrap up yet, but after reading Flawless, I am going to be picking up everything that she's writing. It's just, this is gonna be a nanny and grumpy hero single dad mashup where she's pining for the gruff of her boss. And I'm here for the way that she writes Small Town. She also has another series out that's on KU that I definitely want to get to, but I'm not putting everything on this list because we'll be here all day. Anyway, next I want to read Blood Orange by Karina Halle. This releases on the 16th. This is her modern day Dracula retelling. I think I've read all of her paranormal except for The River of Shadows, but I'm excited about that as well. Like, it's time to get into it. The Teacher of Nothing by Webster is dropping on the 18th. Age gap, student teacher, spicy. I mean, I was sold. I also want to read Whispers and the Roars by Webster as well. I heard that this is an emotional, psychological romance. There's also representation for mental health and a twist that I don't want to know anything about, so my knowledge is limited, but this has been on my TBR forever and it's time for me to dive in. I'm very excited about it. I might vlog it, but I'll have to be sparing on the wrap-ups. I don't know. That's going to be difficult for me. Anyway, next I want to read Kingly Bitten by Lexi C. Foss. It is finally coming out on the 22nd. She's had to push this back a lot. So if you haven't heard me talk about this, I mean, I do. I bring up this series a lot on my channel, but this is dark, dubious, it's steamy. It is set in a world where humans have no rights, and all of the romances have systemic change on the society around them, which is really my kind of catnip. And I just have been waiting for this couple for so long. I cannot wait to get into it. It's another series that I recommend, okay? Blood Alliance, Lexi C. Fox. Get into it. Next, I want to read Ruined Secrets by Neva Altaj. It drops on the 27th. And I think this is going to be the first Cosa Nostra book within this series. Okay. Arranged marriage, age gap where the heroine's been pining for the hero and he doesn't even see her because of her age. And yet, he loses his memory And so I think she's going to be reveling in this arranged marriage situation since they're going to have a clean slate. And she's going to be helping him keep the secret that he's lost his memory and helping him navigate through the landscape of the mafia. It just sounds so freaking good. I'm absolutely loving this series. I have only read books 2 and 3. I haven't heard the best things about the first one, so I just skipped it. But I will say, as of now, Broken Whispers, book 2 still reigns supreme for me, although I still really love Sergei. I just don't know what it is about his character. I loved Sergei from the 3rd book, but anyway, I'm loving this series, and I cannot believe that these are her first books. Next, I would like to read, oh, this is a gem. I'm eager to read His Pretty Little Burden by Nikki Harris, okay? This is also Cosa Nostra, and I believe she is the daughter of his enemy, but the way that Jen described their dynamic in marriage, or the hero's marriage, really intrigued me. And so I have to get this in before the 2nd, His Little Queen, comes out on the 3rd. Very excited about those. And then, I mean, lastly, my most highly anticipated release for this month, okay, is Resting Witch Face by Juliette Cross. I have been waiting for Jules and Ruben's book since Wolf Gone Wild, okay? There is just an angst and tension, okay, and a whole story background that I have to be privy to. I cannot wait for every single page in this. I had to take a breath. Jules is a witch, if you don't know, and she's the representative for all witches in her district. And Ruben is a vampire, holding the same title for his own. And this is going to be a road trip romance where he finally goes for it, and she's forced into proximity with him. I cannot freaking wait. This is going to be a Hallows Eve gift in celebration. It's like finally here, almost. Okay, we have the month, but I can just taste it. I would really love to get an early copy of that book. Okay, so as far as the books that I'm looking forward to that have been out, I cut this down and I'm just going to mention one because I realized you're gonna see me reading them. In fact, if you follow me on Instagram, you're gonna definitely know. And I mean, spoiler alert, Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher is on there. After reading Sword Heart, I have to. But my TBR for my novellas was like at 40, and at one point I was just like, it's time to make some cuts. So the one book that I definitely want to talk about is Crema. This is a graphic novel. It's sapphic, it's paranormal, and it's a ghost romance where one of our heroines is a barista, and when she drinks too much coffee, she sees ghosts. One of which is an heiress of a coffee plantation, and they're both going on this quest for a dead nobleman who wants to reunite with the love of his life. And so they're going to be visiting like a coffee plantation in Brazil. This is Own Voices. I'm excited about the representation in this book, and it just looks like it's going to be a fun and beautiful ride with the illustrations. I cannot wait, and it's on KU, so I had to grab that. I almost couldn't wait, okay, to get to it, but it's that time of the year, so I'm excited. Ooh, okay, now we're in the thriller portion of my October TBR. I am very excited about getting to these books. I'm not gonna go over them because I did a mini haul and a recent vlog, so you can check that out there. But I found some newer releases within the thriller genre that I'm very excited about picking up thanks to Audible. That will be happening. So for the first, I have to pick up Killers of a Certain Age by Deanna Raybourn. This caught my freaking eye because it is about an international organization of assassins. It follows 4 women who are in their 60s and they're still taking them down, okay? And they're going rogue in this book and up against the council. I have got to freaking follow them. It's giving me read ageism for filth and like RED vibes. Red, the film, Retired and Extremely Dangerous. I'm very excited about it. I also want to read The Hacienda by Isabel Gañas. This has Mexican Gothic vibes, and it is also going to be a paranormal suspense. Ooh, I'm very excited about it because Beatrice gets married after she loses her father during the Mexican War for Independence, and it's set mainly in one location where she learns that there's something strange happening with that hacienda and her husband. I'm also excited about the sort of romance element, okay, the forbidden aspect that's trickled in, because she seeks the help of a priest who, you know, is very into her, yet that's a little taboo. And he's also a priest that's a witch. Like, I have to get into this. I feel like this is going to be atmospheric, and I cannot wait to get to it. I think we're gonna wrap up with my bookish advent calendar picks. I forgot to do that last month, and the whole point of it is for me to pick 2 books a month and wrap them all in the same paper early enough so that I can't really anticipate or know which is which. So since I forgot to do that last month, I'm gonna pick 4. I have The Viscount and the Vixen by Lorraine Heath. This is the 3rd in the series, and after this I will have wrapped it up. I loved the first 2 and I cannot wait to get into it. I also want to read Kiss of a Highlander by Karen Manning. Okay, I got this recommendation from Carrie when I was looking for reincarnation and time travel romances, and not only did she recommend me Karen Manning, so did Melissa. Okay, and Melissa hit with Breaking Meredith. I'm not even gonna get into that. That's gonna be in my September wrap up, but I am telling you, I need to start picking up these recommendations. So we're doing it in the month of December. I cannot wait. This is a historical time traveler romance and I'm excited about it. I also grabbed A Love Letter to Whiskey by Candy Steiner. This is the anniversary copy and I'm eager to get to Jamie's perspective. I cannot wait to unwrap this and get back into it. Candy Steiner, again, has been becoming a favorite of mine this year. New to me author. I'm so glad I picked her up. And lastly, I realized in my autumnal fall tag that I do want to wrap up Sea of Ruin. I would like to scrapbook annotate this and listen to the audiobook and read the beautiful freaking copy that Carrie gave me. So preferably not with snacks. Like, we're not even playing games with this. Okay. So, I'm excited to get to it. And before I go, I really wanted to thank Annabelle for sending me Witches Get Stitches by Juliette Cross. I opened this on Instagram and I could not figure out what your handle was. So I have to thank you for this here. I appreciate it so much. I love this series and this is just so kind. And I'm just gonna take the moment, okay, to thank Nicci again from Nicci and Bookland. Congratulations on your recent 1K for sending me Truly by Carmel Rhodes. I love trying to find Carter Mahoney, okay, in every dark bully romance. And so he's definitely been a read for me. I think I need to go back to it because he completely bulldozes his way on this like summer road trip that she's taking. I think I want to read this again, but thank you, Nicci. And I want to thank you all for joining me. I hope you can consider subscribing and sticking around. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.